Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at a viewer game. For me this is an easy Gale Wing, even though demons aren't in for 3-on-3. I think you have no pirates for Slysssa. I would never pick Alex over Gale Wing. And I think Finley is too risky, you're just re-rolling. So good types on 3, it's Quillbore, Mech in this game. Dragon are okay and Undead are pretty good. Looks like we are going to re-roll a Gale Wing. That'll be my first piece of feedback. I think that's too risky. So, like I said, I'm gonna be skipping ahead a little bit in this. These are all just not very interesting, right? Okay. Feels like a Toki because Toki and Vandar's okay, but no demons, and Vandar's very specific, so you need to be very comfortable with it. So Toki indeed, take the minion. Like I said, these things we're just gonna skip past. Even early fights, it's, you know, okay, yeah, these guys tie. Okay, good luck. Okay, nice. We're really here about learning about the game and seeing what I would do differently, seeing what the viewer is thinking and all that. So here we go. Just gonna skip past this. We're leveling. Yep, we've all done this 1,000 times before ourselves. This one we lose. Oop, take some damage. All right. Cycle Scout plus a Skull seems really good here. Let's see what we get from the Scout. I like this. Also, you know, 7k is pretty high level, so I don't think I'm gonna be jumping out of my chair for crazy things that I wouldn't do. But I also think that wouldn't be too bad for entertainments from time to time. So feel free to submit your own recording. There is no MMR minimum or maximum. You can just upload that to YouTube or Twitch, and I will link my Discord in the description. You can just join that, and yeah, hit me up there, send the recording, and maybe I'll review your game next. Okay, here we go. We go into the combat. This one we can watch, right? I'm not gonna skip past every combat, but if there's like 100%, there's no way that you win or tie. It doesn't matter. But looks like Skull does it again. I really like that. Skull, if you're not buying that, really good early game if you have another Undead. This is level hero power for me, I'd say. Next turn we can then buy 2 4-drops and hero power again. And then you can sell a card, level, and buy the best 4-drop there. Alternatively, if you got a bad 4-drop in your first batch, you can buy 1 hero power, buy 1, freeze the other, level, sell, buy. That's something very specific to Toki, but level hero power here just works out well. So if you're not doing that, you can consider it. Looks like we're thinking about the Death's Armor because it's really not bad here, I will agree. But I just have too many good experiences, I think, with this level hero power curve. All right, we don't have to keep watching. Okay, it looks like we are not level hero powering. We just buy the 5/3. I think that's fair. I can't really give you much shit for, you know, buying a Death's Armor here. That's a good minion, but I just have too many good experiences with level hero power. So yeah, that's just some feedback. Yeah, go watch this fight for a little bit. With bombs, we never really know where they're gonna go. Might change the outcome. Alright, looks like we are gonna tie. Just about. Stuff. Alright, go next. Yeah, level hero power again and sell the 2/3 to buy a 4-drop. Looks like that is indeed what we're gonna be doing. Rendell is a juicy hit because you get the gem Quillbore for your 5/3 later on. So go ahead a little bit. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We bought the Rendell. Get into the combat. We should be fine here, right? It's just a 2/8. The 7 and 5 needs to not kill our Rendell, and that's fine. Although we get no skull value, that's a bit annoying. Yeah, we good. Here we go. Alright, take no damage. Alright, so Jelly here is very strong, but especially with Rendell on the board, especially on 40 health, I think you gotta level hero power, and then it steals a 5-drop. I think that's good. Especially also with this 3/3, we're gonna be quite strong. So buying this Jelly, I think, is bait. Alright, so we rolled a horse and a Gurgle. The cool thing is that next turn, you can level hero power again and steal a 6-drop. And potentially even triple sell to buy the other 6-drop. So I actually don't really want to freeze here. I like that we're not doing that. I'm going to see if there's a last minute freeze. No. Okay, so we want to steal the horse. So let's see if we get it, because that's obviously better than a Begurgle. But we're getting it for free, so I guess we can't complain too much. Yeah, all right. Got a Begurgle. Classic Hearthstone. Am I right, chat? Alright, I guess there's no chat now. I'm just recording this. You guys are the chat. No live chat. So, this is going to be a win. Yeah, this is just perfect, right? This is what you want this Toki. Just get a little bit of a snowball going, and then you just keep being ahead because you're Toki. You keep getting access to higher tier minions, which then allows you to win, and you're tier 6 before you know it. So yeah, level hero power here. I'm super big fan. I hope we're doing that. I think so, right? The tavern is so bad. There's no bait here. Horses back. Summoner and Buster. Yeah, okay. We see them hover over the summoner, so definitely some interest here. You should freeze this for sure, unless you're triple selling for the summoner. Selling the 3-3 is fine. Selling the 6-3 is fine. Let's go. I don't really want to sell here. So, yeah, I think it's freeze do nothing. So let's scroll ahead a little bit. Yeah, freeze do nothing. I like it. Alright, we stole the summoner. That's the good one. This is probably fine. Although there is a reset for the deflect, though. No, we should lose this. Let me scroll ahead a bit here. Yeah. It's just by how much are we losing, right? Yeah, we're giving them the reset. Essentially, I think what you want here is kill Magma Lock. That's a good fight. I take 13, but, you know, we were kind of greedy anyway, so it's not unreasonable to take 13 here. So, this is one of the more difficult parts of the game. It's like, okay, what do you do now? Ooh, this is good. They looked at what Barov had, and Barov was showing mech. So that's why Leroy is good, to kill a module, to kill a Deflecto. I think I agree with skipping Buster when you have Summoner. You could also just roll Theodore here. A bit unlucky that we get Kali. Kali's not really a great scaling engine right now. What did the opponent have? I don't know if I can see it on their app. Are they gonna hover? They're gonna hover. Oh, they have 2 Risen Riders. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Murazant could triple here. 2 and 7? Nope. Okay. I think it's fair. That's a good try. Paying attention, right? It's always nice to check what they have with Murazant. I'm not gonna fast forward this. I want to follow here what's going on, because this is an interesting spot. I think they're looking at that Rendell pair, but I don't love it. Because you're also playing Queen, the neutral. What are we doing now? Are we even playing that Rendell? We're not even playing it, right? Ugh. Yeah, I really hate it then. I hated it when we were playing it, and I hate it even more now that we're not even playing it. Because now you pay full price for that Rendell. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't give you a card back. A Rendell that gives you a card back only costs 1 gold. I didn't want to buy it in the first place, but I want to buy it even less if we're not playing it. I think that's just one of those things. Oh, the end of turn is here. I want to spend my money. I guess I'll just spend it on something. But rolling is fine. You can roll. Rolling helps you get good cards. You can always freeze. Especially with the Rendell, you might steal the good card already. Yeah, I think this is the first... Well, no, the hero selection was the first thing I really disagreed with. And then level hero power, I think I would have done over buying that and then, you know, little Death Swarmer thingy. But this is another thing I really disagree with this Rendell buy. But that's fine, right? Obviously, they're playing quite well. I do have to be fair. I don't just want to say, oh, this is wrong, that is wrong, or I disagree with this. But for the most part, it's been good. So we see that Drektar has 2 mechs, so we probably don't want to get rid of the Leroy. I would say we really want to get out of this Risen Rider pair this turn. There's a Theodore and a Charlie, and we have the Puffer Quill. Alright, so Puffer Quill's 1 type. Summoner's another type. Charlie's another type, right? So buy the Charlie, get the Theo, get the Puffer, keep the Undead, sell the 2 small Undead guys. I don't like selling the Rendell here. Ah! Okay. Oh, no, no, no. I hate that we're not buying the Charlie because we have this Puffer Quill. It's a free gem. It's a full buff to your board. It's a type. You need a type, so... Ooh, okay. But yeah, I mean, this is a really, really difficult stage of the game. I really want to emphasize on that. Thank you so much for submitting this. I really don't want to turn it into me just shitting on the game. Absolutely not. Okay, so it looks like we're going with Begurgle. Begurgle can get poisoned, but like the Charlie was totally fine. Alright, so we got a poison here. Got the buff here. Ooh, that's ambitious. Okay, I get it. I feel that. I feel that. I've done that. I think we've all done that. I could sneak in the Primal Fin. I could get away with it. And then you're like, I can't. I gotta freeze. Yeah, so we wanted to poison our Begurgle there. So, I mean, is our spot bad here? No, we have a Theodore. Got okay types. I think it just could have been better. I think that Charlie Puffer Quill there. We don't take any damage here. That's good. That's really good. Okay, that definitely helps us. Because, I mean, at any moment here, we could just get a second Theodore. And we're looking pretty good. So, one thing I will say is, had we taken the Charlie line, where we take Charlie, Puffer Quill, and Summoner as our cards, we would have also saved some gold, right? Where we don't waste that Murozond for this Begurgle and the Primal Fin and freeze for the poison, blah, 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 blah. I think that this turn we could have leveled to 6. And then you can just roll into another Theo. You can roll into another Queen. You can roll into Uther. These are all very good cards. You could try to make a Golden Summoner. The Summoner is a really good card to buff. Because if you Leroy a Summoner, it doesn't do that much. If you use Queen on a Summoner, it doesn't do that much. So there's definitely some upside to this. All right, so we see another Leroy here. This is an awkward stage where you really wish you had an extra gold. I think it's a freeze. And then it's about how greedy you want to be. You can cycle this Green Thumb, blow the gold, and then play Fort. And then you get an extra buff. Or you can just play the Fort. Oh, okay. We're triple selling. What are we selling? I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it at all. I wanted 2 Leroys, but I get that they're looking for a cycle slot. If you have 2 Leroys and a Queen and a Theo, you don't really have a cycle slot. But I think my plan here would have been to end next turn on 2 Leroys. So there's some neutrals here as well. The taunt is nice to taunt your Theodore, so if they want to Leroy you, they don't kill your Queen. I think my plan would have been to Buffalo. Oh yeah, it's like they're listening in, but it's a recording. They can't hear. So I would have preferred to have the option to end on double Leroy next turn, and then you can always sell one afterwards. Whereas now, that could happen, but we'd have to roll another one. So that's where I already notice some differences where we're getting away with a little bit more stuff. So yeah, my lobbies might be slightly tougher, although 7k is very high. Like that is, I just feel like we're being a little bit too relaxed when we say, I don't need to end on 2 Leroys next turn. I'll win the fight anyway. Especially against Ysera, Leroys are nice to kill the things. We're buying this Tad. Why are we buying this Tad? I don't know why we're buying the Tad. We did taunt the Theo though. I like that. We're also not getting the level in. But I think that's a bit of a snowball effect from that Charlie turn, because it's not like I'm really excited to level in the spot myself. I think we sort of missed that window to push an early 6. With the Charlie on the board and the extra gold, we would have had enough tempo to get away with it. So I think I agree now that staying lower is correct. So they're on tier 4 with 4 triples, and that's very, very important. Because if they're on tier 5, they can have tripled into Nadina. And then this Tunnel Blaster starts to become really interesting. However, you can't have that right now, so gonna fast forward because of the end of the round. Oh, no. What? Did they level at the end? Okay, I guess they leveled at the end or something. Or they stole it with... Or maybe they evolved it. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna fault them for that because I didn't think they were gonna have Nadina, so... Yeah, suddenly debated. Actually a Nadina. So yeah, then if we knew that, we would obviously run the Blaster. Okay, I mean, I'm guessing this could have been worse. I wish I could hover and just see if the Ysera was tier 5 now, if she leveled at the end of the round. I'm not going to rewind though, it's whatever. Alright, so here you need to hover the Baroff. You need to know what the Baroff is playing. Because that completely changes how you want to play this turn. I would say that is another thing. I've seen Medina hover opponents very regularly, which is good. But I think in this spot, maybe it's a little bit too... Oh, here we go. But you should do that at the start, right? Because then you know what you're looking for. But it's okay. You know, the deeper you get into a game, the easier it is to sort of lose track and be like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. We see dragons here. I don't really want to cycle this Blaster. I think, yeah, they're looking at it as well. I think you end on Blaster here. Put the Baron in the hands. I'm gonna try to get another Queen here, I guess. Oh, well, look at that. Who's the pro player now? Okay, good stuff. Yeah, Blaster can't be first.
They know nothing of the cold.
The reason the Blaster can be first, if Nadina goes second, your Blaster's already dead. I think I might put the... God, this is tough, because you could put Theodore first, but then that's one fewer taunts, because you don't want the Nadina to hit into the Blaster. You want the Nadina to hit into something else, so it dies, and then your Blaster goes off. All right, so let's scroll ahead here. Is there a Nadina? No Nadina, but it's still good. It's good practice to think about, okay, what should I do if my opponent has a bunch of dragons on the board? Well, they're going to want the Nadina. Blaster's very good at that. All right, we killed their big Chronarbus with the poisons. That's really good. You can see here how nice it is to have the Summoner as a buff target. It's just some nice upside at the end. Unfortunately, we don't get there, though. All right, so we're going to be in one-shot range. Throw a little bit ahead. Mixed minions on Millhouse. Elementals are out, right? Yeah, so no Master of Realities. Chef is nice. Chef is a Theodore proc. And it gives you a 6-drop. We do already have 2 queens, and it's getting a bit late for a second Theodore, though. So. But what I'd be looking for in this spot? It's a bit difficult because we don't know exactly what the Millhouse is playing. But I would be looking to trade out my Theodore here. Yeah, Uther is really nice as well. I think I think they're gonna cycle Tipper, which is fine. I think I'd roll for a proc on this Puffer or a Leroy. But I think they're at the stage as a player where they want that value, right? Yeah. It's funny, I've coached so many players. There's a gem, by the way, for the Puffer. I've coached so many players that you get a real feel for where someone is at in their development as a player. And being a good player, you get very... Yeah, he wants the big. Being a good player, you just hate wasting gold. So you're like, oh, I'm going to sneak in that Tipper, get that little bit of a buff. But we're on 7 here, so getting poison on Puffer or trading Theodore for a Leroy would do a lot more. All right, let's push ahead a little bit again. Yeah, you can see here having poison on the Puffer is nice. But they still have a small Theodore, and we have 2 queens. We should be okay. We don't have... Ooh, okay, that's a great hit. Yeah, if we don't get that poison hit, we don't have poison on the Puffer, so... If our poison doesn't go into Magma Lock, I think we're in trouble? Not 100% sure, though. Maybe we just tie. Maybe we still win. I haven't done the math. I'm not going to do it either. Okay, so we got the bacon, which is good. We can make our poison. She did have Nadina, so keep that in mind. We do want to blast her. We're going to level now, which is fine. I would have leveled ages ago, but I agree that the moment was past. After we missed the window with the Charlie, I agree. Didn't need to level. Just roll for Blaster. You're selling Theo for the bacon, so just roll. You've got 2 gold. I guess you're looking at Selfless here, huh? Okay, that's not awful. No. Selfless not awful.
Take it back.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Because you have to do better than Selfless in 2 rolls, and you can't buy a queen. Alright. Roll number 1. Roll number 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Selfless way better. I am convinced I like the Selfless pickup. Alright, well, let's fast forward. Get to the fight. How do I like the positioning? Right there. So the positioning right now is so that the summoner dies and the Selfless hopefully jumps to a poison, which I think is fair. Uther or Leroy first here to deal with the Divine Shield taunt. The Chronormos go into poison, but only if we bump the shield here. Yeah, we gotta bump the shield. Alright, the summoner didn't die, but also didn't steal the shields. Our puffer loses the shield here. And that dragon is nasty. We're gonna be okay here? Or not, right? Oh, wait. Oh my god. Some fortunate combat, I would say. That looked like we were dead, but hey, we'll take it. Okay. Leroy and Selfless. We have a gem. I'm gonna go back here. Barrow is showing 2 dragons, so that's Chronormu and friends, basically. Chronormu and some stuff. Yeah, I feel like you skipped the Selfless. You've got 3 types. 2 queens, 2 Leroys. That's honestly such textbook endgame. I could even see myself cycling those little 2/7 undeads because I'm pretty much done with my turn, but taunt is nice as well. We'll sell Selfless, taunt the queen, end on a Leroy. I'll scroll ahead. I say scroll ahead, but it's just fast forward, right? I don't know why I'm saying scrolling. A gem here so that we have a gem for next turn should we need poison on the puffer, which we probably want, so I like that little detail. All right, let's fast forward. Leroy's in the front to deal with queen, which I think is correct. Chronormu is likely on their board, so they probably have board space for queen. Try the Leroy into the queen. Ooh, that blaster. We need to miss that blaster here. Ooh, that's not good, but they still have Theo on their board, which is very greedy. So we're probably okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, now we're definitely fine. Yeah, having a Theodore on your board this late into the game, that's very greedy. Definitely want to be as strong as you can be here, so want the Leroy, want the Selfless, want the Blaster, want the Queen, all those cards. And they died to the Ghost, so it's a first. Cool. This was fun for me. This was fun for me. Let me know what you thought, guys. If you enjoyed this as well. I definitely didn't agree with every play, but it worked out. And I really like the heavy emphasis on the tech.